Liverpool versus everybody. Doing a preview for Aaron. He's obviously not available. He's on his way to New York on a coach. We did try to do a Skype show, but the connection was so poor. So we got Jams on. Jams, how you doing?
Yeah, man, all good.
Yeah, obviously late night in the UK. We're here to talk about the game. Arsenal, tomorrow or today, you could say. It's early hours in the morning. How you feeling about the Arsenal game? Confident?
Yeah, I'm confident, but I'm also a bit nervous. It's probably because I've got loads of Arsenal fans around me, so I've been bantering them all week and
Mm,
been telling them it's going to be 5-0, 6-0.
mm,
So it's getting to that stage where I think, oh shit, here we go, it's finally here. But
mm.
yeah, man, our results against Arsenal recent years have been positive, obviously. Anfield, it's going to be dark, the lights are on, the cop's going to be roaring. And yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same sort of position because I've got a lot of Arsenal fans, and I've just been giving it all week, really. I mean, I'm gonna bat you. We're gonna bat you 4-0, 5-0. We're gonna embarrass you again, and all that stuff. But I'm quite confident. I think that I said this as well. We've, I think we're gonna score at least 3 goals tomorrow. I think we're gonna. I think the most we can concede is probably gonna be one. I just think that we're going to be up for it. I think we're going to be up for it from minute one, and I think if we can get an early goal, I think we need to kill the game. I think we need to kill the game as early on as possible because we're going to create a lot of chances. We need to be clinical. I think we can't let chances. We can't miss any chances tomorrow. We need to be clinical. Salah, Firmino, Mane. If they get a clear cut chance, put it in the back of the net. That's what we need. But that's what we need to do tomorrow. And that's what we've done over the years against Arsenal as well. Um, and I'm hoping again, and I'm hoping the same again tomorrow because if we go into that game and we get 9 out of 9 points and beat Burnley and make it 12 out of 12, I think it's important that we go into that international break having won 4 games in a row, having won four in a row in the Premier League, and then it'd be a bit of a statement to say that that we're still here. We're not going anywhere. We won the Champions League, but we're still here. We haven't made any signings, but we're
Yeah.
top of the league. We're going to be challenging for the league again, and I think that's massive for us. We need to just take it one game at a time, and I think, as you said, Anfield under the lights. And it's gonna be. Well, is it gonna be under the lights? I think maybe the second half, isn't it?
Second half should
Yeah,
definitely. First half, probably not. Half five kickoff.
half five kickoff. If it was December time, I think it would have probably been under the lights
Yeah.
spot. Obviously, as it's still August, but as I said, it's still gonna be a late kickoff, and just hopefully we can get the 3 points. What are your thoughts on defensively? I don't know if you watched it, but I don't know if you watched Jamie Carragher's analysis on Monday Night Football. I don't know if did you watch it?
I watched bits of it. I watched bits and bobs. I watched the game, but
Mm.
I
Yeah,
didn't hear them talk about Liverpool defensively. I heard them talk about Man United and Gerrard and
he was
whatnot.
talking about. I'll explain it. He was talking about us having a high line, and it was the high line was us on average. So we've obviously played a much more high line, and it's been 10 yards more. So we've been, we pushed our back line 10 yards further up the pitch.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously, I think what I've heard from Klopp today, it looks like we have done a little defending on the training pitch. And I think if we are going to make a change tactically, defensively, I think we need to give it a bit of time. And I think tomorrow's going to be a very, very good test for us, especially going forward with Arsenal. They've got players that can hurt us. I think we're gonna beat them, but they do have players that can hurt us. Whether it's Pepe, Aubameyang, like I said, whoever starts. I don't think it'll be all three of them, if I'm honest with you. But
Yeah. So,
if yeah, I think he'll probably be maybe Lacazette on the bench or Pepe on the bench. Never know.
yeah.
But whoever it is, they can hurt us. And we did give away a lot of chances against Norwich. We gave a lot away chances against Southampton, Chelsea,
Very true.
City, and we need to see a bit more. If we can see tomorrow, but we've put in a performance defensively where it was just like a consolation, or for example, they didn't have a lot of chances, I'd be fine with it. If you get me, I don't want to give up a lot of chances tomorrow. I want us to be much more solid. I don't want to give them a sniff really. Um, and as I said, just be in the front foot from early on. We need to play our game because I've seen a lot of people saying maybe put Gomez in for that defensive stability, but I don't think even Gomez gives us gives us a lot more.
He doesn't.
He doesn't give us a lot. It's not as if he's the best right back in the world, and it's like, he gives us this great defensive stability that Trent doesn't. Trent gives us that. I don't think Trent's as bad defensively as people are making him out, really.
I don't know. They're just finding some strings to pull on. Compare him.
Exactly. I think that's what it is. And I think going forward, he's going to offer us so much more, because what I'm hearing is apparently Monreal's going to Real Sociedad. And I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow or not, but whoever plays down that left-hand side, Kolasinac, they're going to have Maitland-Niles on the right-hand side. Whether they play a back three or back four, those fullbacks are in trouble. They're in trouble because we're going to have overlapping fullbacks. We're going to have Salah and Mane coming in space, Firmino dropping deep. They're going to be in big trouble tomorrow.
Yeah, so true.
I mean, what are your thoughts? How do you think the game's going to pan out? What do you think? Where do you think the key battles are in the game?
I think Aubameyang and Van Dijk. Obviously, I think I've been a fan of Aubameyang for years, and I think right now he's in a very he's full of confidence. He's in some elite form. I think there's a few players in the league that have started this season on fire. Mane, Aubameyang, and Pukki for Norwich. And all three of them are kind of shooting from anywhere. Great first touch. It's that raw confidence. Pukki's not even looking up when he's shooting. But anyway, back to what you asked.
They just know where the corner is.
Yeah, and so that's what Aubameyang gives you now. We have been giving away chances to opposition, and I think Aubameyang, one, he's a world-class striker, no denying it. His numbers for the past 6-7 years suggest that. But he came on Instagram live and said, "I want revenge." Basically, we was embarrassed. They embarrassed us off the park, and he's not had a very good time at Anfield. He's obviously part of the team. Yeah, he was part of the Lovren winner and stuff like that. So anyway, Virgin Aubameyang has got to be one. It's one of the best strikers in the league. We've won the best defender in the world. So yeah, and then
just quickly, actually, if I leave, I think with Aubameyang I think he needs service. I think if we can, I think what will happen is, I think if they're going to play Ceballos, I think he's a very good player. But I think what we need to do is midfield battle. Henderson and Wijnaldum need to be pressing, especially in that first sort of 20-25 minutes. They need to be on them, and we need to win the ball high. Win the ball back, and in their half and high areas of the pitch to maybe get a counter attack or something. For example, do you remember Terrero lost it? Trying to play out, and then Firmino made it when he went past the whole team and scored and made it 2-1. That sort of thing. I think it was Mane that won the ball backs. But continue if you're free.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I was gonna say, you can talk about what I think you're talking about Aubameyang.
Yeah, so that's the first one that you was Aubameyang and Virgil. Then I've seen Ceballos a little bit now, so probably say I'd like to see Arsenal are going to feel like he could be the difference this season. So that would be a nice battle. And like you said, Wijnaldum pressing, Fabinho in the middle. So I'd like to see that battle. Maybe between Fabinho, just give Ceballos a little nudge at the first 5-10 minutes, let him know that this is Anfield. These are the champions of Europe. So I'd like to see that. And then it's hard to say attacking wise. Firmino just loves playing against Arsenal. So it'll be interesting to see maybe Firmino. Alongside maybe David Luiz, who once upon a time was a world-class centre-back. So that would be interesting too. But there's so many, because really and truly on paper, it should be a high-scoring game. And it should be something, going by our form of recently in defensive-wise, it should be something like 4-2, 5-3 or 5-2. But, I can't call it, to be honest. But they'd be my three. So Firmino v David Luiz, say, Fabinho, Crunchy, and Ceballos for now, and then Virgil van Dijk v Aubameyang.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal fans have been giving it a bit here, saying Salah, Firmino, Mane versus Aubameyang.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, and I mean, one's established front three. That's one golden boots between them. That's one of the Champions League between them. The trophies between them as well. And there's no doubt that Arsenal got a brilliant set of players going forward. But I don't even think that's the real battle on the pitch, because you can say that front three against that front three, but who's the defense? You look at it and you think, is there a major improvement in that defense, which makes you think, yeah, you know what, Arsenal aren't going to do as bad as they have? Because I don't think David Luiz is the answer to solve Arsenal's problems defensively in this.
Definitely not.
So You look at it, you think Maitland-Niles against Mane, and imagine Robertson overlapping. I mean, Maitland-Niles has been done by any wing in this league. Saw him getting taken on by Aaron Lennon, Maximin, Saint Maximin from Newcastle. You imagine what Mane's going to do to him. On the other side, Kolasinac, whoever it is, back three, back four, doesn't matter, back five.
Mm-hmm.
With Alexander-Arnold overlapping, Henderson, Wijnaldum just pressing, Fabinho just holding in that position. I think. Do you think, for example, yeah, we've conceded a few too many chances, but do you think because it's Anfield, because it's a big game, and Klopp has mentioned that they've been working on a few things. He didn't exactly say it, but he did. You could
Yeah.
tell that we were doing that on our training pitch. Do you think that we're just going to be much more concentrated, much more focused, and maybe this week's break has helped us
Yes, I was just about to say the week's
and
break.
allowing us to just work on a few things on the training pitch?
Yeah, I think you said the first thing I was going to say. I think the week's break will help. And I think every game that goes by, our players are probably a bit more match fit, especially someone like Mane and Salah who didn't have much of pre-season. And I think Klopp will be aware just more than anyone that the media and people are jumping on this bandwagon. Oh, Liverpool don't look as good. Oh, they're letting in shots. Oh, that. And so I'm a bit surprised. Okay, he's asked the players to go 10 feet forward or whatever, inches, whatever he said, 10 feet forward or yards. Now, yeah, last season wasn't broken. It doesn't need fixing. We were immense last season. If he was to get 97 points this season, I definitely think we'll win the league. I don't think the Premier League will reach that level again for the next 3 years anyway. So 97, 98 is incredible. So I'm a bit surprised he's asked to do that. We did score less goals than the year before, but we were so much better defensively. But I feel like against Arsenal, he will want to nip in the bud. It'd be interesting to see if Klopp would rather a 2-0 or 5-2.
What would you rather?
Because it's Arsenal, probably 5-2. Because I like the thought of embarrassing them again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But every other game, except for Man United, I'd rather 2-0. Much rather the clean sheet. Much rather. But against Arsenal, against Man United, against people that have got lots of fans around, I'd like to say, we've got 10 goals against Leno in 180 minutes, bro. Do you know what I mean? But that doesn't look, in the long run, 5-2, 5-3. It's very sketchy. It's very Brendan Rodgers of 13-14. So,
as I said, I think the most, sorry to cut you off, but I think the most goals, I think Arsenal, the maximum amount of goals I think they're going to score tomorrow is 1. I don't think they're going to score tomorrow. I just can't see them creating enough. I can't see them being brave enough to come out at Anfield and play, because I think Arsenal, I've always said that, I don't know what Unai Emery's philosophy is as a manager. Is it pressing? Is it attacking football? Is it defensive football? What is it? With Klopp, it's pressing football, counter-attacking football away from home, defensively solid. Now we've known that as well. We sort of switched to a possession-based team as well. With United, you know that they're trying to play, they normally try to play counter-attacking football. You can see that against Chelsea. Front foot maybe on against teams at home. City, possession-based football. Chelsea, they're trying to play a bit of possession-based football, pressing as well. You can see that. Spurs, the same. Even teams like Burnley, you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna when you come up against a team like Burnley, you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have 2 banks of 4, and they're gonna be playing it long.
Yes.
With Arsenal, I don't know about you, but I don't have a clue what Arsenal are going to be doing tomorrow. Are they going to be attacking? Are they going to be sitting? Are they going to be, what are Arsenal going to be doing tomorrow?
Interesting.
It is, and I don't think Arsenal's brave enough to come out and play football, because if they come,
I don't think they are. It's a good point. I don't think they are, but
that's the thing. I don't think they're brave enough, and I don't. If City, I mean, remember at Anfield where we battered City, we scored 4 past them, or scored 3 past them in the Champions League in the Premier League. What did Pep come and do at Anfield last season? He kept it tight and took the 0-0 draw, and nearly could have nicked it with a Mahrez penalty.
Yeah.
And it just shows that if Pep Guardiola has shown that sort of respect, which he never does. He never ever does that for a team. It shows the level that we are at, and I just don't think Emery's going to open up tomorrow. I think he's probably going to try and soak our pressure and hit us on a break. But the thing is, Arsenal can't soak our pressure. The pressure is going to hit them if we have because we're going to dominate the ball. And if we dominate the ball like we will, we're going to keep on creating chances. So I think Arsenal it's a lose-lose situation, because if they try to come out, we're just going to counter-attack them and score goals. If they try to defend and try to put the pass, their defense isn't good enough, and we're just going to pick them off. And we're going
It's interesting. I'm not thought about that, to be honest, how they're going to play. I think Emre is nervous. He's nervous. He doesn't like.
He doesn't want to play us, didn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't want to play us. And I think, as a manager, you don't want to get embarrassed. And I think they went in at halftime. Was it 4-1?
Yeah, 4-1. Yeah.
It was 4-1, was it? 'Cause I know they scored first. I remember for about 2 minutes, everyone around me in my house was laughing, and then we killed them. But yeah, so yeah, I feel like it's not what you want this early in the season. You don't want to be saying to your players after losing 4-5-0 or whatever. Come on, guys. So I do think if he can have it his way, you don't want to be coming to Anfield. But the flip side is they did play a decent game against us at the Emirates. We did have chances.
Quite strong at home, aren't they?
Say again.
They are quite strong at home. I mean,
Yeah,
they only lost to City and, well, I think that's it. Was it City and Palace lost at home?
Yeah, so they are. So there is. If I'm trying to think how they're going to play, I know it's Anfield, but that's also psychological. If there is players in that team that could maybe feel we can do something, or
Yeah.
And I think the main man in that is probably Torreira. Torreira's got a point to prove. When he first came,
He was shocking last year, wasn't he, Anfield?
Yeah, he was really poor at Anfield, and even as himself, he came with a bit of a reputation to be like the next big thing, and the new Kante. And do you remember people saying, "Oh, he's better than Fabinho?" And
the season.
yeah, and that died down at the beginning of 2019. That died down, and he hasn't started yet.
I mean, that was just as usual. Arsenal fans just overreacting.
Yeah.
You have to give players time. I mean, look, Ceballos. Look, they're calling the next Santi Cazorla after one good performance against Burnley. Kolasinac, they were calling him this tank. When he signed. Arsenal fans have got I've got a history of just overhyping players after a few games or a few months. Ceballos looks like a good player, but give him a bit. It's gonna be difficult.
I don't even get this whole hype with the Ceballos kid. Like, at the end of the day, I say this to my brother. He's an Arsenal fan.
I'm seeing him in combined 11s over Fabinho.
It's crazy. I was speaking to my brother about him. I was saying to my brother, at the end of the day, he's Real Madrid's fifth choice centre midfielder. Asensio got injured for the whole season, more or less, and they still chose to loan him out. He can't be the dog's bollocks. He's 23. He's good. Okay, he's great. You don't have a buyout to buy him at the end of the season. All you're doing is improving him for Madrid, and then he fucks up. And all you're doing is stunting your own young youth. All that does is knocks Guendouzi's game time by half.
And also, he's using them because he wants to go to the Euro 2020.
Yeah, so I don't bother. And one game, 2 assists, what to do? Like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We'll see what is on at Anfield, and it's going to be for a shock, man. He already knows about Anfield because his Messi got battered 4-0, so we'll see what happens.
This is the thing as well, because he's not going to be. Sorry, I just lost my trail of thought. As I said, he had time and space on that pitch last Saturday.
Yeah,
at home against Burnley, they're not going to be pressing you. They had time and space, and he had a good game. But let's see when Henderson and Wijnaldum get in his face. Let's see when Fabinho gets in his face. Let's see how he's going to react when Anfield's going to be rocking. That's the big test, not Burnley at home. So for me, I'm really confident either way. Arsenal's defense are going to crumble, and I think we're going to score at least 3 goals.
I hope so, because I know you was confident. I'm nervous about it. Like I said, it's only because there's people around me.
I mean, that's the only reason why I'm a bit.
I've seen you on Twitter.
I say nervous, but I'm just a bit maybe cautious. I'm not too sure what the right word is, but I've already given it all this week because I know we're going to win this game. We are going to win this game, and we're going to go and we're going to stay top of the league and make it 9 out of 9. I'm just confident because if you think, if Arsenal score, if the Arsenal score 1 goal at Anfield, we're not going to score 1 goal at Anfield. We're going to score much more than that, against the Arsenal defense. So that's why I'm just proper confident about the game tomorrow. Start in front foot and just take the game to Arsenal, and they're going to crumble, especially if you get that first goal. They're going to crumble. They're going to look around. They're going to see Maitland-Niles. They're going to see Kolasinac. They're going to see David Luiz, headless chickens all over the place. And we're going to score a lot more goals. But as I said, the start of the game is very key. We need to get that early goal. And we need to be clinical. That's the main thing. Be clinical, and we're going to win this game quite comfortably. As I said, I want to see a better performance defensively. I don't want to see us giving up, easy chances, teams getting in behind us. But I think one thing is what we're sort of doing is maybe we're relying a bit on VAR, and I don't really understand. Well, that's just speculation, is that we've seen a lot of people saying that. And the thing with VR is all you need is one player to be caught offside, to not be in the right line. Their heel's offside, their foot's offside, and that's it. They're in behind, it's a goal. Do you know what I mean? So, we need to see a much better performance defensively tomorrow, and just see us being that solid team that we have seen last season.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what we need.
I wanted to just ask you, what are your we'll come back in a game, but what are your thoughts on Klopp's comments? They were kind of switched a bit because apparently James Pearce had the Q&A, and he said something like Klopp hasn't got he hasn't got any thoughts of renewing a contract. And it wasn't that that was just worded very wrongly. It
Mm,
was it was the real quote was he Klopp, he isn't thinking about signing a contract right now. He's thinking about the present. He's thinking about the moment because 2022, yeah, it's 3 years away, but that's 3 seasons, and that is still quite a long time. And I think with Klopp is it's all about how he feels in that moment, how he's done in that moment, what he's won. I think that's the key. But he's always stayed 7 years. I think he stayed 7 years at Mainz, 7 years at Dortmund, and it could be 7 years at Liverpool. Obviously, six years, and obviously like
yeah.
the majority, so basically 7 years. So what are your thoughts? Do you get the feeling that in 2022, do you think he's going to leave, or do you think he could possibly stay for longer than that? What are your thoughts?
I think, I look at Klopp, and it's a good question. I spoke about this earlier to my Man United friend. I look at Klopp and I think he loves the game, but he doesn't love the managerial job. I do look at Klopp and think he isn't maybe a Wenger or a Fergie that will go on into their 80s, who will
Mm,
prioritize managerial over their health. I look at Klopp and think he is he is a very relaxed man. You get it from his tracksuit and caps to his love for Corona and cigarettes. He's someone that I think would like to take a step back and possibly go at the odd show on punditry and the odd, and the only role I could maybe possibly see him taking, possibly, is
Germany.
maybe German international for a World Cup or something. That's the only thing because it is a much more chilled out role. So
Mm,
I generally think he will be gone in 2022. I do think so, and I think he wants to. There was this issue with him where you look at the generation of managers of his generation, Pep, maybe Mourinho. It's a bit hard. Mourinho's been around for a long time now, but Ancelotti and Rafa and etc. Allegri. Klopp arguably played the best, if not the second best footballer out of everyone. But the issue with Klopp was his silverware, his finals, and that's now looking like it's starting to change. The Champions League and the Super Cup, and I think if he was to win a league, a Premier League this season, next season, I think he'd hang up his boots. Um,
at 2022.
yeah, I think he would. I really think he would. I don't think he would stick around, and I think he'd like to finish on the top, very similar to how
Mm,
Fergie did. I don't think he would outlong his stay,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Wenger, or I just get the opinion that he is just a relaxed character, more of a chilled out guy. You get that persona off him. He doesn't seem like a football nerd who comes into things and they had this many stats, they had that many stats.
Mm,
He comes in and says, "Oh, boom, boom, we're gonna play rock and roll football. The guys love it, and yeah, we're gonna win." And you get that kind of chilled kind of atmosphere off him. So I do think so. I think he wants to retire a bit young and get pissed and travel the world and watch football here and there. And so
mm.
I think he will be gone. And obviously, I don't want that at all. I am in absolute love with the level we're at now. Hearing about Knight coming along, which we can get to, and 100 mil, it feels like I've never seen this Liverpool in my time. This is what I heard about in the 70s. It feels like we have swapped places with Man United almost. In the
Mm.
sense that we're the ones now, the players want to come to us. We're the ones that aren't worried about losing our best players. We're the ones that are linked to the best players in the world. And apart from City, we're elite. And I'd say Liverpool and City are probably the best teams in world football right
Yeah.
now. So, yeah, I don't want to lose it. But my honest opinion is he probably goes into 2022. The only thing that might keep him is if he finishes second this season and then
I think
second next season. And then it's a personal vendetta against Pep where it's like, you know what, fuck this. I ain't leaving until I win the league.
I mean, before I ask you who you would like next, obviously they could change because in a couple of years, someone else might develop or emerge as a better manager. But I think with Klopp I think you're spot on there. I think I've always had that thought that he's sort of a chilled out guy. He always comes into work. He's not your typical Rafa Benitez where we celebrate where we score a goal. He didn't celebrate, did he, Rafa Benitez? He never did celebrate. He likes his stats. He likes taking out time to at home do all that work. Klopp he comes in and makes you see all the players laughing and smiling training because he makes it chilled out vibe. He doesn't take obviously his football he takes it seriously, but he doesn't take it as serious in sort of I think what I'm trying to say is he tries to make football as fun as possible for the players. And there's a line where we have to not cross with sort of that fun. We have to be serious when it comes to our football. But during it, we takes the pressure. I think Wijnaldum even said that he's helped us so much during this title race, during this run. He's lifted all the weight, all the pressure off our shoulders, and that just says it. When the player says that as well, you just know. And he wants to retire early. I think he said it before. He wants to retire early. And I think the only thing that could keep him here is, I think it's all about how he feels in 2022. I think because he can't tell now if he's gonna be feeling, if he's gonna be feeling fit, if he's gonna be feeling healthy. We don't know that.
Failure will keep him if he doesn't win the league. I think an FA Cup and League Cup are still obviously good.
I think in the next 3 seasons, so this season, next season, and the year after, I think we're definitely going to win at least one league title.
That's where I think he'd go. Then I think if he wins a league title, I just think he'd go. I think he'd just, like I said, I think the German job is maybe the one job that could persuade him. If I can't be
it's not full time. It's like a part-time job.
Yeah, it's a part-time job, and Germany tend to always be within the favourites, and he's adored by the Germans. And who would say no to managing your team in the World Cup? A team like Germany, so. But then I wouldn't be surprised if he took a step back and went, did the odd punditry job here and there, and but
yeah. And also, I mean, the thing is, the club, as I said, if he's, I think for me, we're definitely going to win at least one Premier League in the next 3 years. I personally think that we're going to win it this year. I don't know about you, but
I think we will this year as well.
I think we're going to win it this year, and if we do win it this year, I think if we know that. Obviously, Klopp doesn't know. He's not going to announce now that he's leaving 2022 because obviously nothing's decided yet. Obviously, he doesn't know how his body feels, how he feels mentally in 2022. Because football, it is being a manager is draining. It's full of pressure. Just hard work. Press conferences, training, all that stuff. It does take a toll. It does take a toll on you as a manager. Excuse me, and I just think that we're gonna know in a couple of years how Klopp feels, because he's fully focused right now. He's fully focused on the team because we've got 3 more seasons at least of Klopp. And right now I'm in the sort of mindset as I'm not really thinking about it too much. I'm just like, let's win as much as possible in this period where we are successful. Because when you're in a period of where you got this amount of quality, you need to win as much as possible in this sort of period. Win as many trophies as he can, be as successful as he can. Because look at Fergie. Fergie won he used to win as many trophies as he could before he retired. He lost the title to City. I think if he had won the title, that Aguero moment, right, against QPR, I think if he'd won that title that year, I think he possibly would have stepped down.
Yeah.
But he wanted to make it he wanted to make that 20th title. He wanted to be too clear of Liverpool so he can have that sort of two league gap. He's done for another year and he won it. Obviously, who would you? I think with Klopp is if he does leave in 2022. I mean, it just feels weird saying it because I just can't imagine life without him. I know it sounds weird, but it's just his personality. His press conferences. I just look forward to just listening to him, his press conferences, everything. I just can't really imagine life without him. But there's obviously life without him, and I think we need to make the right decisions after that as well. We can't make those decisions when Fergie left. With Emery, he's going to be. I don't think he's been successful so far. So we need to make the right decisions So who do you look at bringing in as a manager? Who would you like to bring in a manager after Klopp leaves? If it is, say, for example, if it is
Yeah.
2022.
So I think the obvious candidate is Steven Gerrard,
Mm.
in the sense that it's the fairy tale. He's done his badges at Liverpool. Oh, you don't really have to explain it in it. Obviously,
Yeah.
Matt Gerrard there in it, and I think it's one of them where we have to be careful. It depends what level Gerrard is at
Yeah.
in 3 years. I
He
think.
needs to leave Rangers, doesn't he?
Say again.
He needs to leave Rangers and go. I think if he left Rangers and went to a Premier League, established Premier League club and did well there, I would take him.
Same. So it's difficult because I think I, I feel like he's at the right club at the moment. Rangers is definitely the right club. He doesn't need to do a Lampard and jump the bullet too quick.
Mm.
And he doesn't need to go too low like some footballers, like Sol Campbell's gone really low to the bottom. So he's
Yeah.
at the right club. He's at a massive club, 50, 60,000 fans every season,
Yeah.
a week, massive team. They're in Europa League for now. Easy can be in Champions League next season. And so he's getting the experience. He's been allowed to understand his own philosophy, bring around his own, and in 3 years he could be ready. Now, because of everything that Gerrard's done for us, I feel like as a club, we owe him the chance to. When he turned down Chelsea, Madrid, Barca, everything, I think that it would make sense to give him a chance first. After that, I don't know who else I'd even consider because, like you said, 3 years is such a long time. You know what I mean? 3 years' time, you can say who you don't want. It's probably easier. Pep's not going to come to us, I don't think, after his affair with City. Don't want Conte. Don't want Mourinho. Don't want Allegri.
There's been shouts of Pep Linders. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't really know him enough, to be honest. I don't know. Every time I think it's such a long time away, isn't it? I think really Gerrard's probably the only one that's probably got even his half an eye on the job, thinking, okay, 3 years time, you probably got no Salamane Firmino, you probably got no Van Dijk. 3-4 years time, what are they now? 28, 29, 30, 31. Hopefully we've got one or two. I don't know. It's so.
Yeah, I think with I think that's why I think next year, so this summer, I think we're gonna have a big transfer window because we need a bit of. I think this summer, yeah, I think we need a couple of players, but I think we're okay to survive for one more season with the players that we have in terms of squad depth. Because I think next summer I'd be looking at another sort of, I wouldn't say rebuild, but a big transfer window to reboost us as well. But for the future,
definitely.
I'd be looking at. I think I tweeted out yesterday. So I want to keep Lovren for this season. I don't want to see him go. So Klein's got 1 year contract, so he's going to be off next summer. I want to see him gone. I want to see Lovren gone. I want to see what's his name, Lallana. I want to see him gone.
Milner.
The thing, Milner's on his last year in his contract. The thing with James Milner is, if Liverpool want to keep him, if Liverpool and James Milner wants to stay, I would give him 1 more year because I think with James Milner,
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
Nah, I don't think. I look at James Milner and I look at him now and think we've kept him for this year. Yeah, I think we've kept him for this year. Probably because we've got one Iron Guric who's probably needs 1 more year in Germany, and we haven't really gone out for anyone else. And with the injuries of Naby and Ox, and so we've kept Milner for 1 more year, let him run down his contract. But I just don't see the point. He's well past his sell-by date. I don't see the point in giving him another year. All he's going to do is slow down the progression of the kids. He's not. We got rid of Gerrard at 34 for fuck's sake. Milner isn't someone that's really got something that none of our midfielders. He's just an older, aging version of Wijnaldum and Henderson. So I don't see the point in keeping him. Say again.
Would you keep him there for a bit of experience? If he's not going to feature a lot, but would you keep him there for the odd? Game. Because you have to remember.
So I'll be looking at Henderson, who would be getting to 30. I'll be looking at Henderson saying, okay, that's your experience.
Wijnaldum 29, 30 coming up.
Yeah, Wijnaldum 30, that's your experience. Wijnaldum would have been to Euros, Champions League finals, World Cup. Same with Henderson. Henderson's been to played a hell of a lot of football in 2 more years next summer. I just feel like Milner, there's no need for James Milner too. And I get what he does, but he's just playing him at left back. He's just slowing down the kids. Playing him in midfield, he's just slowing down Guric. I just think, you know what, it's done. And Man City wouldn't keep him. That's the levels right now, isn't it? Man City would not be keeping James. They didn't want to keep him 5 years ago, but they wouldn't keep him now. And I think we need to. My only maybe little criticism of Klopp, is he's Mr. Nice Guy. He's very nice, huggy, and I think that's great. That's what gets the best out of players. But sometimes I wonder if he could be more harsh on players. Adam Lallana shouldn't be nowhere near the team.
Mm.
I don't care if he's Mr. Nice Guy. I don't care if Lallana comes an hour early before training. He's the skipper's best friend. He's perfect in the media. Fuck all the bullshit. He's shit. He shouldn't be part of the team. He should be gone by now. But, we keep him. And so, with Milner, I get everything he does and the nostalgias and everything. But for me, he should be part of the clear out with Love, with Lallana, with Klein. The levels are Man City. And, I don't even know if Matt Milner would be in part of City's, Chelsea's team or whatever. So, yeah, I'll be getting rid of Milner. And the only way we keep him is if he wants to take on a role at Liverpool. I'd be all for that. If he wants to start his badges, that's cool.
I think the thing with Milner is, as I said, I don't really have a proper opinion in it. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, if he wants to keep him for another year and said, you know what, okay, you have this year and have another year and then you can go. I wouldn't, be ranting or raving about it. It's not like Lallana. I didn't want Lallana to stay this year. If Milner went, I'd say brilliant servant. I think was it 5 years of the club?
Yeah,
fantastic servant. Can't get a proper professional that. And I think that with Milner, as I said, if he stays for another season after that, I'm fine with it. If he goes, I'm fine with it. So I really haven't got a proper not really too bothered about it. With Grujic going out on loan, maybe we're sending him out on loan, and maybe Milner's going to be leaving at the end of the season. Because I think if Leeds get promoted, I think maybe James Milner would want to go back to Leeds.
Yeah, which is great fairy tale. I'd be all for
Great fairy tale, and I think that'd be a great career. Just a great end of the career, and then do his coaching badges or whatever he wants to do. And I think maybe we're gonna have to see what Grujic does as well. We're gonna have to see if he's good enough to come in because he's gonna be 20.
I really want to give him a chance.
I want to give him a chance as well, and that's the thing as well. We're gonna have to see what he does at the Berlin this year, and I want to see him given a chance in the 2020-2021 season. Give him that extra game time because you do get sometimes the players that they have to go out on loan to get a bit more game time. My voice is there. That get a bit more game time so then they come into that big team when they're 25, 26, be proper ready to give something to the club. As a clear out, Klein, Lovren, that's 2, Klein, Lovren, Lallana, Milner if he leaves it in the season. I think Shaqiri will want to leave it in the season. I don't think he's going to want to. If he wants to stay, he can stay, but I don't.
I'm the same with you. I think Shaqiri is very much what I thought of Origi this time last year. I used to look at Origi and say, you know what, I'd like to keep you on the bench. It's up to you to earn your space. And now
he's already mouthing off now, so I don't expect him to stay at the end of the season.
And it's understandable. I get it why he wants to.
Yeah, it's understandable, but
he's a good player. He's in his peak of his years.
He's 28 now. He's going to be 28. So why would he stay on the bench at Liverpool?
It's been a successful time. He's come to Liverpool. He's picked up 2 more trophies. He's already got a healthy trophy cabinet. Bundesligas and Champions Leagues with Bayern. And so I think what he's done coming to we've both worked for each other. He's come to Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree.
It took him up a level because he was at Stoke. He was in the dungeon.
For £30 million
back on the world map. People around Europe. Shaqiri. So Shaqiri. So he could easily get a move back to a decent level. A Champions League team in Italy or Europa League team. He's won 2 trophies, and we've worked. He's been a good servant to us. There's no denying it. Would we have beat Barcelona in the second leg? It's hard to say. The Man United that will go down in history. Coming off the bench, scored a double at Anfield under like
£13 million as well.
Yeah, he earned that back against Man United, if you ask me. So, yeah, great. He's been great. He's mouthing off a little bit now. Probably the best way to do it.
Against Barcelona, he didn't have a good game, didn't he? I don't think he had a great game overall. But
he didn't. But we can't take away the role he played against one of the best teams in the world.
That cross against Barcelona was worth £13 million himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just think that I think he'll be gone next season. And you're looking at that, you're thinking that's 4 or 5 players already gone, and they're sort of part of this squad. You look at Shaqiri, obviously Klopp's player, Milner, Rodgers' player, but I think he's been a Klopp player. The way Klein, he's gonna be gone. That's another Rodgers player. Lovren, another Rodgers player. Lallana, Rodgers. They're all going now, and we're slowly seeing this this it's all going to be all Klopp now. From now on, from next season, I think it's going to be all Klopp because all this deadwood is going to be shoved out of the door. And I think what Klopp will do if he does leave in 2022, he's going to leave a brilliant squad behind. I really do think that he's going to leave a young, brilliant squad for the next manager, which I hope it is Steven Gerrard. Because I don't, to be honest with you, yeah, he might be a bit inexperienced. But I think 3 seasons, wherever he is, I think he's learned a lot under Klopp because he obviously speaks a lot with Klopp on the phone. And I think they've got a good relationship together.
Definitely, he would have been a manager for 5 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, and I think he's probably, I wouldn't say he's the only manager that we would accept, but I think he's the only manager that we sort of give a lot of time to because we want him to succeed. When Klopp leaves, as I keep saying, if Klopp leaves in 2022, we're going to give him time. We're going to be patient with him. We are going to be patient with him as a club, as a fan base, because we as fans we are patient, aren't we? We don't rant like Arsenal after a few games. We're very patient as a fan base. We give time to our managers. We give time to Rodgers. We give time to Klopp to build it. If as fans, if we see a clear project like we saw with Klopp, yeah, it won't go well at the start of it, and we had a few rocky, bumpy patches in between. But if we see a project in place and we see that where we're getting better and better, we're going to buy into it. We're going to give all the time that you need. So for me, as I said, Steven Gerrard, I'd love Steven Gerrard to come to Liverpool in 2022, because I think at that time you're still going to have Fabinho. He's going to be like 28. Alexander-Arnold's going to be 24. Robertson's going to be 28. Alisson's going to be 28. The thing with Van Dijk is he's going to be around 31. But the way Van Dijk plays his football, he's jogging around the pitch most of the time, isn't he? So he's still going to be fit at 31. You look at the best centre backs in the game. Ramos is, how old is he? 33. Chiellini, 34. They're still at the top of the game. Godin, 33. They're still at the top of the game. And the way Van Dijk plays his football is just brilliant. And you look at it as well, our front three is going to be around 30 at that point, 31. Around 30 at the start of the season. But I think we obviously have to be looking at then, bringing younger players in as well. But you have to remember, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is still 30 years old. He's 30 years old, and look at him right now. He's looking sharp and hungry as ever. So I don't think that when you hit 30, that's it. Because Aguero is 31, isn't he? Aguero is 31 years old, 30 years old, and he's still banging in goals, 20 goals a season plus. But as I said, that's for 3 years time to come, and we'll see what happens then. But Arsenal, as I said, how you feeling? Think we're going to beat them tomorrow? Think we're making it 9 out of 9 points in League 3 out of 3?
Yeah, I think if we don't, it will be especially if we lose, it will be big. I think it will be. I think the level of the Premier League right now.
I think if we draw the game tomorrow, I think we're going to be, as a fan base, I think we're going to be very, very disappointed and shocked.
I think a draw will be like, there's something to worry about a little bit, and what are we? But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It's hard at the moment because no one really knows where everyone stands. Everyone knows Liverpool and City are probably above everyone, and everyone probably knows that Newcastle, and it's hard to say because I've been quite impressed with Norwich and maybe Sheffield United and Villa maybe, but so I think at the moment, Tottenham drawing with City is like, okay, cool, maybe we need to take Tottenham a bit more seriously. Maybe they are the third team in the title race. I don't know, but I think if Arsenal come to Anfield and get any sort of result, it will do massive favours to them for the rest of the season. Coming to Anfield and getting a point, just like Tottenham. I think
even if they come away with a narrow defeat, so for example, like a 2-1 defeat, I think they're going to be a bit more upbeat.
Yeah, definitely, which is what they need to be thinking. Whereas for us, we need to win, and I think we need a good performance. We need a good, solid defensive performance. As much as I want to beat them 5-2, and I'd rather 5-2, I think Klopp would much rather 2-0, depending on, as long as it's not like we only have 2 chances, as long as they don't, we're solid at the back, they're not hitting the woodwork, they're not having 2-3 chances on goal. But my concern, who I keep forgetting, is we've got Adrian in goal, and Adrian, whatever his name is, Andrew. But he is my concern because I thought he was shit playing from the back.
I think with Adrian I think Klopp's probably definitely had the word with him.
Definitely. I don't think Adrian, far out. You
know what, Jams? I don't think Adrian needs to have a word with Klopp. I think he needs to understand himself that was a mistake. And I'm not really
He'll know himself. He'll know as soon as he had kicked it
It's like
to
Alisson. You
yeah.
remember Alisson when you remember Alisson came in against Brighton and he did that little flick where he chipped it at the next game.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was
In the next game, he fucked up against Leicester.
Leicester.
And he
Yeah.
said, I'm going to stop him. I'm not going to do that anymore. And he never played about like that anymore from round the back. He was either passing it quickly or getting the ball out of his long. And just kick it long. I mean, I know it's a bit, keepers sort of have this role where they have to play out from back. But in that moment, he didn't need to do that. He didn't need to do that. 2-0 up, just kick it long, And if you see a clear pass and it's clear with no pressure, play it, And I'm not too worried about Adrian. I think his saves, he's a very good shot stopper with Adrian. I think he's a very good shot stopper. And if he just plays it safe tomorrow, be yourself. Don't try to be Alisson. That I think we're not gonna have a problem with that tomorrow. So, and maybe Klopp said that, something to do with his ankle. Apparently he was proper swollen and playing it back to him didn't help. I'm not too sure, but I don't think that's really has a huge bearing on it. But yeah, as I said, looking forward to the game tomorrow. Any other things you want to talk about?
What about the night kit deal, just quickly?
The what?
Night kit.
Oh, the night kit, yeah. I mean, it's been a very good week, hasn't it, for Liverpool? Because I think we have the night kit going on. And also the Anfield Road redevelopment.
Oh yes, yeah.
So we're going to be it was our stadium's at 54,000 capacity at the minute, and there was plans to take it to 58,000. They've scrapped those plans, and it's now going to be I think over 60 or 60,000. I mean, personally, I think Liverpool needs to have at least 70,000 seats. Liverpool's a massive a club, and if a club like West Ham has 62,000, Liverpool have a worldwide fan base and they need to upgrade the stadium bit by bit. And 60,000 would really help. It give more chance to people with not only just season tickets but official members to get more tickets in, to go to games. I think that would really help us as well.
Definitely.
So yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on Nike? I think it was Forbes because they said that it could be a mega deal. I think the most paid club in the Premier League.
Yeah, I read that.
I'm not a fan of night kits, but if it helps us sign players like Jadon Sancho, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think for me, Nike or Adidas is the two that I would like. I think my issue with Nike is they are generic.
So plain, aren't they?
Yeah, they look quite generic. They look like they probably do the same for everyone, and then they just change Tottenham, okay, white, okay, Chelsea, we should go with blue. But I do like Chelsea's their blue one where they've got different they've got some the little
that little pattern design.
Yeah, like that, man. That's pretty cool. So I don't know. I think you tweeted it too. I'm more about the overall, the tracksuits, the Colts.
Yeah, the tracksuits. Yeah, I mean that's gonna be really exciting. I mean the tracksuits is I'm more interested into this.
Yeah, Nike will be in JD. They'll be in
Yeah.
It's more of an American channel, but in all the big sports shops, there'll be Nike is in there. So, and then they can do things with Jordan. We've seen PSG into that bracket now where that is sick.
That would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Jordan tracksuit. So I think Nike and Adidas are probably taking football to another level now. They're mixing with them other things. You look at Arsenal's tracksuits; they're sick. They've got Carnival tracksuits coming up for this weekend, and So for me,
for the Notting Hill Carnival.
Yeah, which I'm going to. But for me,
yeah,
you.
I'm not sure really. I'm still debating over it.
No, I'm going on the Monday. But anyway, so
it's on a Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday, Monday. I'm coming on Monday morning. We'll talk about it on WhatsApp. So, yeah, I am for it. It's nice to have a good brand. I think for a long, I can't remember. We had Reebok and obviously shit like that. So,
yeah.
I'm happy, and the money, yes, it's like I said before, we're becoming the Man United of the past decade. Yeah. We're becoming the biggest club, and the money, and like you said, it worked for Sancho, and look at what Adidas did with Paul Pogba, dragging him along to Man United, and so yeah, I think it's a win.
Big, definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to go back to Carlsberg as well.
Yeah.
Just iconically, but I haven't heard anything about Standard Chartered, and to be honest, Standard Chartered feels like it's bringing us some luck. So.
Is I think I've really liked of recent years is sort of this Shankly red they've called it since the 2017 season, this sort of dark red, this pepper red. I've really liked the design.
Yeah, same.
But I'm actually getting the it's coming to post the new home kit, think I'm getting Van Dijk 4 on the back, Virgil 4. So I think that's coming in the post as well. They made some really nice kits, really nice kits. As I said, I don't care. Yes, I want the kits to be nice, but if it helps, if that extra money, because we aren't getting a lot with New Balance, and you look at clubs like Arsenal, United, and they're not on that level in terms of on the pitch at the minute, and they're getting a lot more money. So we need to be at that level too right now, and even higher than that. That's why I think we're making. I think this deal could be the biggest in the Premier League. And if it helps us sign more players, build the stadium more and all that stuff, I think that would be a brilliant, thing for us to have as well. But yeah, as I said, looking forward to the game tomorrow. Got about 60,000 to the game start, so very excited. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about City, because they've obviously got Bournemouth away.
When's that? Saturday.
Sunday. So they got on Saturday we've got Norwich Chelsea on the 12:30, United Palace 3 o'clock, Liverpool Arsenal on the 5:30. Then on Sunday Bournemouth Man City and Spurs.
What time's Bournemouth Man City?
1:30.
Oh God.
Or 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I think 2 o'clock.
Oh, I was hoping it was earlier, but anyway, I can watch that. I think Man City are gonna fuck them over 4-5. I think they're going to be fuming. They're going to be angry. They're going to be embarrassed.
I don't know how they didn't meet Spurs.
Yeah, and they had so many chances. So I feel sorry for Burnley, but yeah, obviously I hope I'm wrong, but I just think
They always start at Bournemouth. I think they always put up a Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, sorry, yeah. I think Pep will. I love fucking Harry Wilson to score a win now, but I doubt it.
I'd love to see that happen. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up now. Hopefully tomorrow. Any other things you want to talk about, or was that?
Nah, just your prediction. And then...
Yeah, I was just gonna get on that. And hopefully I think Aaron's back tomorrow, so hopefully we can do a review after we smack up Arsenal. Cool. Prediction. I'll go with you. What are you thinking now?
I'm gonna say 4-2 because of Adrian.
4-2. Okay. I mean, I was actually outside the Emirates today.
Okay.
Filming some stuff. I know the game's at Anfield, but I live around there, so I was around there. And sorry.
How far are you from there?
Like 20 minutes.
Oh.
So I was around there. And yeah, I mean, I was doing a few videos, and I said at the time 3-1, but I'm just getting this. The more I think about it, I just think it's gonna be more. I think I'm gonna go 4-1 tomorrow. I think they'll score. Maybe they won't, but I'm just basing it on what I've seen, giving away chances. But I think they'll score. So 4-1. I think a nice, good performance, just to send us in good spirits for the weekend, Saturday night. Just hopefully put our feet up, watch a bit of Arsenal Fan TV. I think that'd be good. But yeah, hopefully we have a post-match reaction where obviously Aaron will be taking over on Saturday night. And yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you post-match.
Okay, cool, bro. Thank you for having me.
No problem.